Good morning, students. Today I'm going to talk about how to fill out your Eagle Time plan for the week. One thing I want you guys to remember is this a plan that you should have done before Monday when you get your teacher's approval of your plan. And this is what I have my students do. Over on the left side, you should have previously filled out the class and the teacher for all your classes for at least a month, if not the entire quarter, because really they're not going to change. During the week, as you go to those classes, for example, 1A, my math class with Mrs. Crandall, I'm going to go ahead and today in class we talked about decimals to fractions. And I totally got that. I may not spell very well, but I've got it. And then later in the week we talked about ratios. And I didn't really get it. So I'm going to put ratios in there. And maybe later in the week we talked about something else like the order of operations. And I also didn't get that. But also in the week, we talked about something else, like, for example, just plain old fractions. And I got fractions down. So what you're doing during the week is you're putting in the things the class talks about and the things you understand. Don't worry about standard numbers or stuff like that. Just what are the concepts that you're going over in class that you understand, that you're doing well in, you don't need to redo, you don't need to talk about. And in the second column, you're going to put the stuff that you don't really understand, you want to learn better, or you need to get a better score on an assignment. That's where you're going to be looking at. And so you'll fill that out for the entire week. For example, say your third period is your English class. I put ELA for English language class. And you have Mr. Bruff, because you're a seventh grader, and he's one of the seventh grade teachers. During the week, you guys talked again about the perfect paragraph. And you're finally getting to the point where you understand what the perfect paragraph is. You had it as a sixth grader, you have it as a seventh grader, you're going to have it as an eighth grader. It's something that they want you to understand. And you finally get it. Put it there. You also understood all the vocabulary that you had during the week. You got it. But that same week, you were talking about conjunctions. And run-ons. And you're still struggling with those. You're still struggling with run-ons and conjunctions, or how to use things properly. Write that down so when you get back to Monday of the next week, you can go and look and see what kind of things you did in class, what you're still struggling with. Because all you should be doing on Monday is looking up your grades and putting in your scores there. And then you're going to find out, oh, I have a 2.8 in Mr. Ruff's class. That might be one of the classes I need to go to because I want to talk about conjunctions. This is how we want you guys to fill out your plan. It's done before Monday, and Monday you're figuring out what are your current grades because that gives your teachers times to put stuff in on Friday. Then you look at this plan, you make a decision on what you're going to go to down here at the bottom. Now, if you have a core class that's not a 3 or a 4, that's what you should go to first and work on whatever concept, whatever assignment you haven't done. If you do not have a core class that is lower than a 3, then maybe you're going to be working on one of your other classes. For example, this example right here, 2.8, I'm going to go to English. All right? And then just in case Mr. Bruff's English class is full, you're going to have another class. Now, this is an elective class. This is basically choice number 2. Where am I going to go if I can't go to number 2 or number 1? Or during the week or the day, I actually got number 1 up to a point where I don't need to go there. So you need to have 2 choices. And then you're going to go ahead and put in, this is going to be my Utah Studies. And below there, you're going to write what you're going to do. So in English, you had a hard time with conjunctions. And so that's what you're going to work on. In Utah Studies, you had a hard time understanding how the territory was formed. And so you're going to write your plan there so that we understand where you're going to go. Then your teacher's going to stamp it or sign it that they approve your plan. This is something that you should have been working on the week before you do the plan. This is not come to advisory, start working on your plan and start trying to figure out where you're going to go. You've been thinking about your classes, thinking about what you need to do, and you're going to have that plan ready to go to fill in grades, show to your teacher, and stamp. And then the next step that we're going to start doing is you're going to go sign up in our form so we can trace where students are in case we have to worry about a COVID thing. Also, this allows Mr. Allred and myself to go in and print out a list and give to the teachers so they know which students are coming to their class so they can help you guys with your assignment. Now I'm going to show you how to choose where you're going to go on our form. And that is on our school website. I've added a new link. I don't know if you've seen it or not. It's called Eagle Time. And we have one for the days we possibly might do. Now, the Wednesday Eagle Time is not going to be something that you'll choose very often. We don't do that all the time. But today we're going to do Tuesday and Thursday's plan. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to open up. You're going to put in your name. And your last name. Your first choice. And now there are limits to the amount of people can be in each class. And right now it's 20 or 25. I can't remember. But when 20 people choose or 25 people choose that teacher, that option is no longer available for you. So you want to get your plan done. You want to get here quickly and choose your teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and choose Mr. Bruff because that's who I picked. My second choice is going to be Mrs. Root. And then I'm going to go ahead and submit it. This is done after your teacher has approved your plan. And then it goes to a form where Mr. Allred and myself can take that information and give it to your teachers, give it to Mr. Cutler in case we need to do some contact tracing or we're just trying to find a student during Eagle Time. If you have any questions, come see me in the library and I will help you through this process. We want this Eagle Time sheet to be something that helps you think about your learning, think about what you're doing in class, and get you to the point where it's improving your scores and making the learning process easier for you and your teachers. Thanks again. Have a great day.